Welcome to Garage Geek. Hey, everybody. So I don't know if, like me, you've got a bunch of orphan comics. They just do not have bags or boards. Somebody sends them to you in the mail, and then you end up not having the time. You just stick them in your drawer, thinking you'll get back to them. Well, this is the time that I get back to them. I do have some reserve comics that I can bag, but these are my orphan comics here that I'm going to Mylar today. It's very random. So I have a stack of golden, silver, and then regular Mylar and backing boards ready to go. I did do a little bit of prep before this. Okay, so I keep forgetting to announce that if anybody wants to join, just let me know in the comments, and I can throw the link into the comments. So let's get started. So the first one that I'm going to is not a true orphan. It actually has a bag. But I'm going to go ahead and put this Marvel team up. This is number 17, a 20 center. I'm going to guess that this might be silver, but it could actually be a regular. We'll see. So here we go. This is the Mole Man Strikes Back. Of course, this is a great series. Look at Mr. Fantastic. He's being Spidey's rope. Oh, and look at the great splash page. So this is the art. Len Wein is the writer and Gil Kane is the artist. Oh, that's pretty awesome. I have a love-hate relationship with Gil Kane, but he does have his strengths. So let's see. Is this going to be a silver? No, this is going to be a regular. Kind of what I thought. Let's see. No, it doesn't fit in the regular. So the silver is a little bit big for this comic, but it's a Silver Age size comic. So let's go ahead and see how this looks in the Mylar. Ooh, Metarog put a comment, but something is blocking it. You're right, it's silver. And let's see how this is going to look in this Mylar. Wow, look at that. Mylar does it all. Okay, that's my common theme. Okay, let's put some tape on this, and then we'll do the final view. Look how beautiful that comic looks in Mylar. I know Pieface I shaved. I don't know why. I was just trimming it, and I think I trimmed too much, and then I was like, no, let's just get rid of it. I actually preferred the beard, but everyone is telling me I look better without it, but I actually don't think so. I think I need that beard to cover up some, just this cover up. I need my beard cover up. Okay. Let's look at the next one. So this one is definitely a golden age. This is Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. And we've got Dum Dum Dugan, I guess, front and center. And look at this cool splash page. I don't want to bend it. Look at this cool splash page. Let's see who the artists are on this one. It doesn't say. Wow, but this one is from, it also doesn't say the year. Oh, 1968. So this came out when I was born. Wow. Thank you for that. My sister sent me a picture. Yeah, I don't know who the artist is because I can't find it. And I'm not well versed, especially in Golden Age artists. But the art is certainly beautiful. I mean, that splash page really does look like a newspaper. It looks so cool. So I'm gonna grab a Golden Age bag for this one. Although, oh no, it fits on Silver Age. That's strange. I guess between 10 and 12 cents they changed from golden to silver. So this is actually going in a Silver Age bag. I was sure that this one was going to be a Golden Age one. Oh my gosh, it's looking so good in this Mylar. Remember, no pressure, but if you want to jump on, I can give you the code. Most people don't jump on. They're afraid of Garage Geek and his magnificence. All right, here we go. Look at that. That's a beauty, huh? Mylar does it again. Okay, next. This one has a nice bag, but it came without a board. So we got this Dell Gold Key. And man, right now, these are my favorite to collect. I love these painted covers. I'm trying to get as many of them as I can. Yeah, you can see the flaws in the comic. I get these really cheap. Like this one has a little bit of stainage. I don't care. As long as I have a copy of it, because I will read these eventually. The interior art just, isn't as good as the covers. That's how a lot of Dell comics are. But they're still surprisingly fun to read. They're not horrible reads. Let's put it that way. And I always enjoy them because I don't read a whole bunch of them at once. So this is definitely, it has to be a golden age. I mean, this comic is huge. Yeah, it is. Tim and his friends face instant destruction from fierce robots on the planet of Doom. Oh my gosh, there's a guy in the background looking like King Arthur swinging a sword with his what do you call those haircuts? Page boy haircuts. I'm gonna I'll show it to you. Looking pretty funny. Ooh, this looks good in the Mylar. So yeah, so here we got this guy in the background swinging a sword, looking like King Arthur on a I'm gonna assume a foreign planet. Yeah, 12 cents are usually silver. That's true, I guess. I just forget. I know all this stuff at one point because I do this a lot, and then I kind of forget. So there we have the Lost in Space. You can still see the stain. When it's over here. When I show it on screen, the stain is much more prominent than when you actually look at it. Yeah, and sometimes the Dells will be golden, then silver, then golden, which is annoying because I like to put them all together. I used to watch Lost in Space was one of my favorites. Land of the Giants was a little bit before me, and I think when I was young, they didn't put it in syndication, so I think that's why I'm not too familiar with it. But they used to play Lost in Space every day. Gosh, or I think every day. This comic is hilarious. So this is Captain Marvel. There must be 5 million Captain Marvels. And then he tells the villain, Split. Like, and is that like the weirdest bat fly, I don't know, Batman copy? I don't know what that is. Batman fly, I don't know, but look, Split. Like that's gonna work. Oh, his name is the Bat. Oh, look at this interesting splash page. I guess his whole body comes apart. This is story and inking by Carl Hubble, based on a character created by Carl Burgos. Interesting. Oh my gosh, this looks like a really fun read. His arms. Oh my gosh. And then Captain Marvel and Dr. Darkness. Okay, this has to be golden. Let's see. Even if this were silver, I'd probably put it in a golden age bag because, yeah, it's silver, but it's so thick. I don't think it's going to fit in this silver bag. Ooh, let me try. Danger. MF Enterprises version. They copied a bunch of DC Marvel heroes. I guess they were short-lived. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I should. It's going in. I think I'm going to put it in the silver bag because it's a silver comic. I'm just hoping the bag won't split because this is a really thick comic. Oh my gosh, I jammed it in there. The bag is all like rippling. Cue the Grateful Dead song. Okay, let's see how this is going to look. And am I going to have to just take it out and put it in a golden bag? This is how it looks. Wow, I actually need to read this. This looks like so much fun. You can see the bag down here is rippling because this comic is so thick. You have all of them? Wow. So here's the thing, Metarog. I'm kind of new to collecting single issues. I was out of the comic book game for so long. I only bought the collected editions, and then I started getting back into buying single issues, and I'm buying a lot of the Golden Age, but I don't have many, and I don't know a lot about them. I always get the ones that are really cheap, and so I usually get these comics for sometimes $1 or $2, and I usually get them in lots. So sometimes they're even cheaper than that. So this is kind of a discovery for me. Next, we have a Superboy in the Legion of Superheroes. Now, this is tough to find, actually. Oh, that's nice to know. Yeah, I mean, I got it in a lot, I guess. Here is a series that I loved as a kid. Okay, Massacre by Remote Control. Yeah, the covers on this. Let me see. Is this Cockrum did a lot of the art on these. I'm not sure. Oh, this is Mike Grell. Wow. Mike Grell art on the interior. I'm not sure whose signature that is. There is a little signature right there. Maybe that's MG, Mike Grell? I don't know. Maybe Metarog knows. Metarog, sorry. I'm making you do all the heavy lifting on this show. This one might even be a regular. I can't believe. No, it's silver. I would think a 20 center would be a silver. Mike Grell era. Yeah, era. You got to write that 3 times. Do you want to jump on, Metarog, or you're okay just commenting from the side? I don't need you to, but you seem to be. You might as well just tell me everything live instead of in the comments, because I'm so ignorant about all this stuff. Yeah, look at it. Oh my gosh, goodness. Next, I have 2 Superboys. So I'm trying to collect all of the as many as I can. The Superman family, I should say. And anytime I can get one cheap, I'm so happy. So this is a 12-cent Superboy, the kid who KO'd Superboy. These stories are so much fun. Wow, look at this. That splash page is awesome. So this is the art. It's not showing, but this is from 1963, 5 years from before I was born. And I mean, it just looks like from a different era when they have that at the top. Let me see if that's a reprint. No, they're all like that. It does have this tear in the back. Listen, if I can get a comic cheaper because it's got a tear on the back, I'm all for it. Let me into your collection. I'll tear up all the backs, and then I can get them cheap. How about that? Is that a good strategy? Wife is streaming, so I have to be in the chat for now. No problem. And yeah, I don't want to force anybody. Does Daddy give him a beating in every episode? Are you talking about the Superboy? Yeah. I mean, I'm jamming it in there now. Wow, look at it. You can't even tell that the back is ripped. Who cares? And that's what I find hilarious about slabs. When I buy a slab, I want to get the cheapest possible number, as long as the front of the comic looks beautiful. If it's in a slab, who cares if the back is ripped? Who cares if there are interior pages missing? I mean, unless you're making an investment. I'm not. I'm buying the comic for display because it's a beautiful piece of art. So I'm looking for the ones that are cheap but present beautifully. So that's this Superboy. Let's do another Superboy. Okay, this is the Raid of the Super Outlaws. Look at his, I think it's a Phantom Zone light. Look at this guy. That's me. If I were wearing a super outfit, I would look like that. All right. Ooh, he turned someone to crystal right here. I don't like when the splash pages are only half. Yeah, I know they just start right into the story. Let's see if I can find. No, I can't find the artist. And this one is number 114 from 1964. And yeah, it does have a little bit of staining there. I don't care. Looking good. I'm getting a 12-cent Superboy for $1 or $2. Come on. Let's get it in this. You would almost think that this should be golden, but it is fitting very snugly into a Silver Age bag. I was going to say Kurt Swan because he does make Superman's trunk rather large, and these guys all have large trunks. So Superman or Superboy is actually turned sideways, so you can't really tell. Sleepy says I'm fat shaming. I'm not. His trunks are just really wide when he draws Superman. It's all that downtime with Lois and Lana. Okay, next. No Man-Thing jokes. I'm totally into the Man-Thing jokes, though, by the way, so go ahead. So here I have an Adventure into Fear with the Man-Thing, and this one is really beat up. Now, the fun thing about this, right before this, I was started flipping through it because it's got water damage, right? And look, it's got this part ripped out. I'm okay. I think this book is a little bit pricey, which is maybe why I'm having trouble getting a good copy of it. But when you open it up, it's got another cover on the inside, and you can see it's all water damaged up here. I'm still happy to have it. Of course, I would like a better condition book because I am a big Man-Thing fan. Okay, you can take that as you want to. Oh, it's the first Howard the Duck. Okay, that's why. But man, it's just, I think that's why somebody gave it to me really cheap. I think they included it free or charged me $1 for it because, I mean, the condition is horrible. And like I said, I've been having trouble getting this regularly because maybe it is a very expensive issue. So I'm actually happy to have this in a low quality book. For me, it's fine. That's just the nature of my collection, right? We all have bills to pay. Well, I shouldn't say that because I buy a lot of stuff, but I buy a lot of stuff that's smaller and like lower in price instead of saving up for really nice things and only getting a couple. I probably should do that instead. No, I'm not sure if it's water or, someone who was really in a Man-Thing. But man, that would have been a lot of jizz. That would have had to have been a group activity. And then I would think it would be all over the cover, not just at the top. So thank you for that, Pie Face. You made me go there. Yeah. But in Mylar, yeah, you can still see the water. Yeah, I think it looks nice. And thank you for telling me that it's the first Howard the Duck. So I'm kind of like happy that I have this, even though it's trash. And it's got a double cover. That's probably making it worth something, right? Double cover. All right. And next, I have a group of horror comics. So here we have A House of Secrets number 81. And I'm probably going to guess that's Neil Adams. I can't see the signature on the cover. I could be notoriously wrong. Yep. Up and at him. That's hilarious. I like to wave that Man-Thing around. And dare I say my Man-Thing had a double head? It had a double header. All right. Here we have House of Secrets. Look how cool this is. The splash page isn't anything to talk about, but they zoom in on a guy's face, which is pretty cool. And then we get to the next page. Look at that. I bet this is going to be a fun thing to read. Wow. But the art in it is really sketchy. It's not the greatest art, but it's very moody and atmospheric. So yes, Neil Adams. Oh, and then look, you got a different Crypt Keeper. I know. I forget what his name is. Metarog, do you know it? I think he looks suave actually. In his here he is up in the corner. Of all the Crypt Keepers, I think he looks the suavest. The suaviest? He's suavest. Kane, yes, thank you, Kane. Is he the original Kane? The murdering brother? Wow. All right. Downtime. I hate that. I was going to talk about a comic series that there was recently that was Kane's adventure through time. Like his punishment was him never being able, like he was eternal, he couldn't die. And I started reading it, and it was a pretty neat concept. I didn't get pretty far in it though. What do you think? Looks good, doesn't it? Wow. We got another House of Mystery. Actually, I got a few of them. I've got three more. But here we go with this one. Look at that. These things have such cool covers. I like the little monkey face there. Looks like the shoe's going up his butt, but that's okay. This also looks like Neil Adams. And here again, we don't have much of a splash page, but let's see if we open it up. Yes. Wow. Look at that. That's a cool splash page. Come on. This is a good one. Ooh, and what's this? There's some kind of weird game you can play in the middle. These things are so amazing, these old comics. They're so much fun to read. The Beautiful Beast. Look at that creepy, atmospheric opening piece of art. That is so cool. Abel, but Abel was the one who got murdered. Doesn't make sense to me, but okay. Wait, Cain slew Abel. Yeah, Cain was the bad one. The bad twin. I mean, the bad brother. Okay. Let's get this in Mylar. This one is actually a nice copy. So in Mylar, this thing looks good. Just wait for the reveal. You guys are going to be so jealous of Garage Geek's collection. Like, nobody's jealous of my collection. Oh, look at that. Wow, you get that butt like right up there. Look at it. That butt is smooth and firm in this Mylar. Look at it. Sorry, everybody. Hey, I'm used to all these weirdos putting the boobs of the comics into the camera. They love those boobs. More power to you. All right, pie face. Look at this one. This is House of Mystery, a 20 center number 221. That's a cool cover. Have you got enough space to display all these? No, but pie face, I'm glad that you asked, because I have a rotating system. So now you're going to get me out of my rhythm. But look, I have these bag things, these plastic sleeves, and I put a magnet on the back. And so all you have to do is you pull out the old one and you put in the new one, and you can display whatever you want, and it's like a rotating display. It took me a long time to come up with this system. I've done a bunch of different things, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 or 6 different metal cabinets, and I can put these on them, and I can change out the comics. So the thing is, you don't need to display them all, but you can. That gives you an excuse to keep buying more and rotating them through, right? I'm traumatized now. by what? Oh, the butt. Stevie D. Oh my gosh. Adam. Oh, guys, I keep forgetting to say that if you want the link to jump in, I don't mind. So all I have to do is put that in the chat. But I don't need you to do that. But if you want to jump on, you can. I'm just going to keep Mylaring and showing off my comics in between anybody yakking. So let's go ahead and put this beautiful comic into some Mylar. Yeah, pie face. I'm chock full of good ideas. It's necessity is the mother of invention, right? I have so many things, and like for example, my albums to the left of me, because I have the IKEA shelves, I can rotate the albums through in display fashion, and that's really cool, right? And that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 to 25 different albums that I can display, and I can come up with themes and be all geeky about it. Yeah, I need to actually do something this summer. I'm going to go through my collection. I'm going to do a massive purge again. So if anybody wants some comics, you get. I'll put you on my list. I send out videos and let you choose which comics you want. Adam, is that like Curiosity Killed the Cat, but satisfaction bringing them back? What did Adam say, Steve? That prompted that? Yes, I'm going to say yes because I don't know what's going on. All right, this is the final House of Mystery, and this is a 12 center, and it's filling up the silver size. But this is definitely, well, I shouldn't say definitely. I think this is Ditko art on the cover. So this is an older one. This is number 136. Grugy. I don't know what that is. Stevie, you're on a different wavelength from me today. I do not know what's going on. Okay, here. Oh, by the way, Stevie, I just watched a video from Big Nasty of your the art that you sent him. Pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and put this in Mylar. Got some comics for you, but I said that last year. But Pieface, sending them from England is going to be cost prohibitive. I mean, that's going to be very, very expensive. I mean, do you remember the video I made? I went all the way to the post office with a package for This Is Music, and then I came home and I showed what I didn't send because the package to send the package was so expensive. I was like, nope, I ain't doing that. And it was just everything in the package was just junk. Just they were like, fun things to send. Fat fingers, yeah, you're typing. You need a bigger keyboard. There's something to be said for fat fingers, though, Steve. I enjoy fat fingers. Let's traumatize Pieface again. Okay, keep it under 2. Keep it under 2G. Well, I mean, if you want, but if it's too expensive, I totally understand. I won't say no to a gift. As long as there's no reciprocation involved. Wait, I like reciprocation. Okay, this is a Marvel Superheroes reprint of the Incredible Hulk. I love these reprint issues because I read so many of them as a kid. And they just reprint the older issues. But what I found out later is that they usually leave out a few panels. But look at this phenomenal art on the inside. This is just amazing Hulk art from this era. I don't even know which issue it's reprinting. But look at him. Look at this. Look at how he flies through space. Oh my gosh, this stuff is gold. And let's see, originally presented in Hulk number 103. Don't worry about it, right? Don't stress. Okay, so this is going to be a regular. So this is the first regular comic I'm bagging. A Funko Pop just fell from the ceiling down. Oh. My Riddler just fell on the top. Did anybody hear that bounce and bang? Thankfully, his little thing didn't break. So today I was doing my chores and I was rearranging everything up there, and that's the second one to fall. The first one to fall was the Wonder Woman. She's always falling. That stupid wench. I shouldn't say that. That's bad. All right. Let's go ahead and get this. This is a beautiful comic anyway. Let's just get this in Mylar. Now, none of my Marvel superheroes are in Mylar yet, but because this one was an orphan comic, it's the first one to get the Mylar treatment. Ooh, and it is snug. Ooh, looking good in that Mylar. Look at that. Severin art. Okay. Got any Gru or Nam? No, I do not at the moment. And I'm also going through a phase where I'm going to have to start getting rid of comics that I don't have in collections that are 75 cents and above. and I think Gru. I need to get a collected edition of Gru, actually. Um, I can't fit any more comics. I've got to downsize because I have no room for anything. At least it was a bad guy. Exactly. I think he's cool the way he flies through space. Thank you. Okay, the next one is I've got a Commandy. Now, this is a Kubert Commandy, so this is later in the run. Oh, this is 38. So this is right when the change was happening from Kirby. Oh no, Kirby is actually still doing the interiors. I think I need 11 more issues to finish the 59 of the Commandy series. I'm actively trying to get them all. I just need 11 more. I'm doing really well on Commandy. And okay, this is going to be a regular. And I'm thankful because I have, number one. Usually number one is the worst to try to get, but I got number one early, and so I'm very happy about that. So here we have. You can draw a picture, but I didn't shower. I'm going to shower after lunch today because I knew that I was going to be in the garage and it's all sweaty in here. It's hot and I need to clean. And so this is my reason for not cleaning, by the way. So there you go. There's Commandy. Let's see. Stevie is typing away. You can draw a picture. Go ahead. Of your hubby? Why not? I just finished my run. You did? You mean of not of Commandy. You were looking. Wait. I might be getting you confused. This happens a lot. No. I think Brian LCS was trying to get all of the stamps. The comics with all the stamps. Is that correct, or was that you, Metaraj? I can't remember. Oh my gosh. I'm drawing a blank. But I think one of you was trying to get all of the stamps and was getting very, very close. Oh, Commandy. Good. I know I'm always putting my foot in it in the live stream. So you finished it. Well, you're above and beyond me. So the next one I'm going to do is this time machine. You have all the Marvel. You've got an amazing collection. Very enviable. Yeah, of course I'll give it to him, Stevie. So this is the time machine for kids who don't want to read books. They can read a comic. Oh my gosh. The interior art on this is stunning. Oh my gosh. It's Alex Nino. Whoa, this art is really cool. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, this is really interesting. Look at that. Surreal art. Ooh, this is a keeper. Man, the way he draws people too in the panels. Oh my goodness. I found a jewel. Wow. And that I saw that movie as a kid. And I'll never forget it. That movie was so good. I still love it to this day. Let's see. This is a regular. I think I'm gonna put this one in the silver because the regular there's like no room at all. I think I'm gonna put it in a silver because it's thick and there's extra room. The problem with doing that is when you put it in the wrong size, then you can't. Well, I file them by size, and so if I've got others in the series, and then I can file them together, blah blah blah, whatever. You don't need to hear my woes. My collection woes. Let's see how. Yeah, this slides in, and I'm definitely. Maybe after I read this, I'll put it in a different bag. Look at how beautiful this cover is. And the cover is most likely Gil Kane. Yeah, I can't see the artist on there. And then I've been collecting for over 50 years, so I have a lot of older comics. Yeah, I envy that. I collected as a kid, and I collected all the way up into my early 20s. And I had 25 long boxes. And then I moved. I went overseas, and then I sold it. And then, you know, so I envy people like you. And I'm a fan of Captain Strangelove, and he's been collecting and buying comics throughout his life. And like he talks about how he bought comics on eBay, $40 that are now worth 1,000. It's just insane. Uh-oh, something else just fell. Funko Pops are falling left and right. Yeah, that's a Gil Kane cover. I thought so too. Okay. The next one I've actually had in a backing board. It had a severe spine roll. And so I've had it in like a backing board for a while to try to alleviate that spine roll. It usually doesn't do it. I'm just not very good at doing it. It's still got a pretty bad one, but it was worse. And this is an Our Fighting Forces number 82, a 12 center, and Battle of the Empty Helmets. Oh, there's a poor dog there. I'm getting scared for the dog. Okay, let me see if I can get this into the Mylar without it being too bad. Yeah, this comic is when it's coming to spine roll, it's in a pretty bad shape. And every time I try to fix it, that happens. So I'm leery of it. But it's time for it to go inside of a. Yeah, this should be in a silver, but I'm probably going to have to put it into a gold just because of this severe spine roll. Yeah, I'm going to have to. That's sad. These old comics need love and care, right? And I'm just not at the point where I can do that. I would love to buy a press, and I would love not only to buy a press, but then people like spray the comics and they put them in a bath like to get rid of the stains. And I would love to do that, but I just don't have the space for anything right now. Oh, okay. I'll email you a picture of them. Steve, one of my favorite videos is an early video that I had Frank come on and do with me. You should watch it. I think it's one of the jewels in my collection. It was a challenge by a member of the vinyl community, and he had to come and sit with me in the video, and we had to talk about records. And he was so uncomfortable, but then he got into it. I would rather send you the link and let you watch that video, and maybe you can draw a sketch of him from that video. What do you think? Or I could send you a picture. Either way. Oh, so that's what he wrote. You'll need a bigger bag with a roll. Yeah, so I did. I put it into the. I'm not happy with it. I wish I could get that spine roll out. I mean, these comics deserve better. And I'm amazed that I can get a 12-cent comic from before I was born, most likely, for $1 or $2. It's insane to think of that. It's wow. All right. What time do we have? 40 minutes. Okay, we're doing well. So I've got 3 more Commandy to bag, but I don't know if people want to watch me bagging Commandy. So I'm going to do, the next one I'm going to do is this 12-cent Dirty Dozen. Okay, so from the Lee Marvin movie. Let's go ahead and get this out of this old nasty bag. So we're out of the orphan segment. These actually have bags and boards. This one is beat up. Look at that. I don't care. I probably like I said, got it for $1. I'm happy to have it. It's going to look great in Mylar. A lot of things that are movie related are going up in price. Yeah, the interior art is not horrible. What you would think. Like no backgrounds at all, just colored in squares. Pretty funny, but I'm actually happy to have this in my collection, and I don't mind that it's so beat up. Like I said, got it cheap. So let's see if this is going to be a gold or a silver. It might be a silver. It's a silver, but man, with this spine condition, I'm a little scared to put it in the Mylar. Okay, so Stevie D, he wrote sounds good. I will send you the link somehow because I'd have to send it to your email, I think. I actually think it's one of my best videos on YouTube, and it's a shame, right? I wish on hey maybe they do have that. Like you could put your greatest hits and like seriously only put like your five what you feel represents you as your five best videos, and then when someone is new to your channel, they could click on that to get a better idea of who you are and what kind of channel you are. I mean, because if they're not going to like your five best videos, then they're probably not going to like much else. Oh my God, the cover on this is getting all freaky. Oh, I don't know. This is not working. I'm having a Mylar moment here. This is not going in the bag at all because of the cover. I'm going to try one more time. We got to get this dirty dozen inside this Mylar. Okay, come on. We got this. 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 Okay, it's better. It's better. It's better. Oh my God, it's going to work. See, this is a comic that really should be thrown away, but I don't have a heart. I mean, I just don't have the heart to throw this away. All right, let's see how it looks in Mylar. Okay, it's not going to win any Academy Awards, but I got it in there at least. It it doesn't actually look any better. This comic is just full of imperfections, but like I said, I'm happy to have this in my collection. Yeah. So there you go. All of the people who like perfection in their comics, this is not the channel to watch. That was a great movie along with The Great Escape. Yep. That is a great idea. Maybe I think you can make playlists on YouTube and I'll put my 5 greatest hits or something like that. Oh my gosh. Next we have a beat up Walt Disney. I love these old comics. I love them. And they're just, a little bit beat up. Kids read these things. They were thrown in your garage. We're lucky we still have them in many instances. Not everyone was a collector that put everything in bags and boards, right? Especially at this time period. Cut out your favorite pictures. Do you mean for the video you want to make? So the colors in here are still really nice. The art is fun. This is a 15 center from 1969. So I was a year and a half. This came out in July. I was a year and a half old when this came out. Let's see if this is silver. Yes, this is a silver comic. Let me pull out a silver bag. And sorry for the dead air. I'm putting it in. Okay, so we're at 45 minutes. I will go on for another like 10 to 15 minutes. Mylaring books. Like I said, if anybody wants to jump in for the last 15 minutes. Okay, there you go. No, from Messed Up Comic. Oh. Unfortunately, the interior art is not that good on many Dells. You buy them for the painted covers. And the stories aren't that great either. They're like, that painted cover is amazing. If this were in great shape, that would be a cool cover. Right? They probably took it right from the movie poster. All right. This next one's in bad shape. And they had $15 on this. Look, even the tag says $15. Come on. This is not a $15. Look at this. It's all ripped up and taped. $15 for this? I mean, then that must mean that this comic originally is worth $350. Oh my gosh. I love it. Look at the back. If this were in better condition, I would put this in one of those clear Mylar backing boards because the back of that is really cool. Yeah, this is Davy Crockett. This is number 631, so most likely it's 4-color. Yeah, look, the cover's almost off of this. Davy Crockett. written by himself, Indian fighter. All right, let's see if this is going to look any better in Mylar. This has definitely got to go into a golden. This is a 10 center. Yeah, I don't think the Mylar is going to make this one look any better. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Let's get it in there. I don't want another Mylar moment. Here we go. Okay, you tell me. Is it worth it? Now, Donald Rex criticizes in a a fun way. It's like, why are you spending so much on Mylar and putting these basically really bad books inside? I don't know. I right now I think I have something that is, you can keep. It's nice. It's not perfect, but it's from, it's got historical interest, and I don't know. I just go on and on about that. Yeah, does it look great? Actually, no. I mean, it's very rough. I don't know. What do you think about that? Yeah, the next couple ones I have are in pretty bad condition. Next I have is Looney Tunes. It's a 10 center. Quite thick, actually. It's got a serious spine roll on it. You can see serious spine roll. Merry Melodies. It's got a lot wrong with the cover. Yeah. Interior art. I guess this was underneath the Man Thing and got some of that juice on it as well. But here we have, 10-cent Looney Tunes from 1954. 1954. Jesus, that's like 80 years ago. Wait, 70. Yes, like 70 years ago. Old Dan Tucker was a good old man. He washed his face in a frying pan, combed his hair with a wagon wheel, and died with a toothache in his heel. Did I do it right? I haven't heard that, but it sounds like a limerick or something of that nature. Okay. Because of the spine roll, it almost doesn't fit inside the Golden Age bag. Yeah, the spine roll is making it larger than it actually is. This is going to be tough to get it inside this bag. So if I can't put it in Mylar, the only other option is to throw it away. And I do not want to throw these comics away. Because if I can't have them for display, yeah, this is not going to go in the bag. Actually, I'm kind of jamming in and then it's going. Sorry, everybody. I'm halfway. You can see me like intently trying to get this comic. I wish I could show you top down. Actually, I bought a Mac, and my Mac is going to let me do top down, and you'll be able to see me doing this in the future. Something to look forward in Garage Geek streams. As if they aren't already boring enough. All right, here we go. Wow. I did it. It's not perfect, but hey, he's roller skating on a log. All right, we're at 50 minutes, so mercifully, this is going to be done soon. Davy Crockett reminded me of a poem I learned in elementary school. Yep. All right. You know what? I've got a few more to bag, but I think that's good enough. It's hot. I need to get back to work. So this is going to be the review time. So at the end of the video, I go ahead and show all the comics that I Mylar'd, just in case somebody came in late and you would like to see them. So here we go. We have Looney Tunes, Davy Crockett, Indian Fighter. We've got a Walt Disney's Comics and Stories, Adele Dirty Dozen, Thank you, by the way, for sticking around. Our fighting forces. This can't be the most interesting thing on YouTube, so I do appreciate that. This amazing time machine. Here's a Commandy, Joe Kubert, a Marvel Superheroes. I think that one looks amazing in the Mylar. Does it look good to begin with? A House of Mystery. Another House of Mystery. Another House of Mystery. Hey, Big Nasty. I think you should put that in your name, Big Nasty Ass Comics. Big Smelly Nasty Ass Comics. Another, oh no, this is House of Secrets. And good old man thing. Superboy. Another Superboy. Third Superboy with the Legion. This, so I'm told by Metarog, hard to find issue of Captain Marvel, the 20th iteration of that character. Look at Split. Gorgeous painted cover, Lost in Space. Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. Look at that cool art on that one. And we started with a Marvel team up with Mr. Fantastic. All right, I want to thank you for hanging out with me in my garage. It's hot. I need to get back to work. This was a diversion because I'm actually trying to clean up this place. As soon as I come into the garage to start cleaning, I'm like, I'm doing a live stream, so then I don't have to clean, which is so wrong. But if you've been here and you've been watching the show, you've been popping in and out, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and anybody who's online with me can stay for the after show. Bye, everybody.